that's a grocery haul. So we went to Costco, Trader Joe's, and also our Nugget Market. You may not have a Nugget Market where you are, but I bet you can find a lot of the products that I found there at a local store wherever you live as well. So I like to show you the products and tell you some ways to use some of them. And if you don't want to hear that, you can always fast forward once we're done with the live. If you join us once we get going, of course, you can always go back and rewatch the beginning of it as well. And you guys, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and please hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. We're whole food, plant-based, my husband Tom and I, and but a lot of these things, even if you're not whole food, plant-based, I bet you would enjoy having them. Everybody loves a watermelon, right? This was like $4.99. It's a beautiful, very dark green. They come in huge sizes, smaller sizes, and we just pick one that we think that we can eat within a week. Sometimes Tom doesn't eat any of it, and I eat the whole thing by myself over the course of a week. Yes, believe it or not, it's a lot of watermelon, but it's a lot of water. Then also these potatoes, we love these organic gold potatoes. We try to buy as much organic as we can, but like the watermelon's not organic. If we can't get organic, it's still better to eat the conventionally grown veggies than to not eat them. Tom, maybe you can hand me that tray of potatoes so I can show them. We like the gold potatoes because they have kind of a buttery flavor to them, and they're a bit yellow inside. They're just really delicious. Actually, before we left to go shopping, I had put this pan of potatoes in my Breville Smart Oven Air, which I'm pointing back over there because there is where it sits. I take the air frying rack from it, and I put a Silpat mat down. You could also use parchment paper if you don't have a Silpat mat. And I put my potatoes on it. And the reason I do this is because I can fit so many more potatoes on this than if I use my half jelly roll pan that fits in the Breville. So I often do this Brussels sprouts, asparagus, all different kinds of things. Of course, I have a couple of Japanese sweet potatoes here too, and this just works out great for me. Larger capacity. I like using that because when it's 100 degrees or plus here in Northern California, I really don't want to use my big wall oven and heat up my kitchen. So that works well for me. So these can be boiled, mashed, baked, steamed. Sometimes if I'm short on time, I will just put a steamer basket in a pot on the stove, and I will slice up my potatoes, my Japanese, whatever kind of sweet potatoes I have, whatever kind of regular potatoes, and I will just steam them. It only takes about 10 minutes, and it's a great way to go. So Tom, I'm going to pass these potatoes and this watermelon off to you, and then we are going to get started, y'all. So I'm going to flip this around. So these bags, we always get asked about these bags. We bought these bags originally at Costco. They don't have these exact ones right now, but they have ones that are similar. Blueberries. I eat about half a cup of blueberries every day. I absolutely love them. Brussels sprouts, again, you can steam these, bake these, you can air fry them. So delicious. They're like sweet little cabbages. They're just amazing. Then medjool dates. I love medjool dates. These are already pitted. How easy is that? I still do check them before I use them because once in a great while I will find a pit that they missed. But these are a wonderful substitute for sugar in a lot of our recipes, and they're also delicious if you just want to eat one. You can stuff them with an almond or a pecan and a couple of unsweetened chocolate chips or sweetened, whatever you prefer, and they're delicious. Then these Mi Rancho corn tortillas are Tom's favorite. And look, this is a nice big package. You get 30 of them in here, and they have a really clean ingredient list, no oil, so they're also gluten-free. And you can make chips out of these. I'll show you here. So I made a big batch of chips for Tom the other day, and you can make up the whole bag and turn them into chips if you want to. It makes 240 chips, he said. How about that? And so we just take and cut each one into eighths and then put them in the air fryer 375 degrees for just in a cold air fryer, then set it to 375 for 9 minutes. If you preheat it, then it might only take about 7 minutes, and how long it will take will depend on how wet they are and how thick they are. So different brands are going to be different. This brand also makes a thinnable, which I'll show you later because I pick it up at a different store, and it only takes like 4 minutes for those. So these are no oil. If you want to kick them up just a notch, you can brush them with a little bit of lime juice. And then if you use salt, you can sprinkle them with salt. If you don't use salt, all you need is the lime juice. And or you could do a little bit of chili powder and pop them in the air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you can try baking them at 350, and you'll put them on parchment paper on a baking sheet, and then you'll just have to see how long it takes in your oven, and depending on what kind of tortillas you have. So these are also great if you want to make tacos or enchiladas. If you put the whole one um, in the air fryer, then you can make a tostada, or you can pop it in a toaster even. We've even done that when we've been on vacation and don't have an air fryer with us. Pop it in a toaster and kind of crisp it up that way too. You just have to be careful when you go to get it out that you don't burn yourself. Then I needed to replenish, not replace, but replenish my balsamic vinegar. This is just a plain balsamic vinegar, but it's really good and it's a great price for this great big bottle. So this is used in a lot of my recipes. If you like a baked tofu, I did 2 packages of baked tofu this morning, and I use this in the marinade and salad dressings, all kinds of things. Just the steamed Brussels sprouts uh, sprinkled with this is delicious. It's so good over your salads. You just can't go wrong. It's really good, great price, and you don't need to buy the super expensive ones at a specialty store. Some little tomatoes. We love these on our salads. We make Mexican food. We like to cut them up for Mexican on top of tacos and burrito bowls and refried beans. Just so many different uses. They're delicious. I wash these when I get home, let them dry, and then I put them in a bowl on the counter because they can also just be a quick little snack. Then I got 2 containers of the Kirkland brand maple syrup. So I do a lot of baking during the school year for our daughter's family. She has 3 children, and she doesn't have a lot of time for baking in between all the sports and piano lessons and school and church activities. And so I bake for them every week. This is a wonderful sweetener for muffins, granola, cookies, all kinds of things. And so I got 2 of them because I know I'm going to be doing a lot of baking because school has already started here. Now, how many of you have tried the apple pears? These are so delicious. They're a cross between an apple and a pear. You know how pears are a little bit softer than an apple, so they have the texture of an apple but the flavor of a pear. I love them. Sometimes Costco has organic ones, but they don't right now. But I just will wash these really well, and I like to slice these up and just eat them as a snack, put them in a salad. If you want to make a little dip with some Date Lady date syrup and some peanut butter, or you can use the PB powder, which is just a peanut butter powder, and mix that with a little bit of date syrup or maple syrup. It gives you a nice little dip. Add a little cinnamon to that. They're really delicious. Who doesn't like something crunchy? Hey guys, if you're watching, say hi and let me know where you're watching from. And do you shop at Costco? If so, what do you like? Mark says he has never seen organic potatoes at his Costco in the Midwest. You know, you can go up to the desk at Costco, and they have a little form that you can fill out if you want to request something. So you could certainly do that. If they get enough requests, so every time you go in, fill one out, then they might be able to start carrying products that you want. And this is almond flour. I use this a lot in baking. It's used in my peach crisp recipe. I think it's in the apple crisp recipe as well. And I use it in muffins and different baking recipes. And I put this in the freezer. So once I open this, I will pop it in a freezer bag. And then I like to keep it in my freezer because I'm not baking every day. And anything that is nut or seed based can get rancid at room temperature. So I just keep all nuts and seeds and my flours in the freezer. So they just extends their life and I don't have to worry about them getting pantry bugs or anything like that. So Tom, I'm going to be ready for you, honey, to take some of this so I can get ready for the next batch. Here we go. All right. So we love to shop at Costco. We have here in California, they are all over the place. So we have multiple ones that we could shop at, but we do go to the one that's closest to our house. And it does carry a lot of organic produce, more than some of the other stores that we could go to. Okay, then we've got some baby spinach. So I like to batch prep salads for us once a week. I can make 14 salads in 30 minutes. We have a video on that, so check it out. And so I like to get my produce and before the weekend, and then get these batch prepped, and then we'll have salads ready for us for the next 7 days. So watch that video to find out what all I put in there. I do not put spring mix in there, but we like to mix some of it in with our salads after we chop them. And we like to have different things over the spring mix. And so I do always get some of this because you get about 12 to 13 different greens in this one package, which is just absolutely amazing. And the more variety of plants we get in, the better it is for our gut biome. So that's really important. And the spinach can also be used for green smoothies. And if we're having a soup, stew, or chili, we like to cut up spinach and put it in the bottom of the bowl and then top it with whatever hot item we are going to have. So just another way to get in more veggies. The more veggies we can get in, the better, because they're full of fiber and vitamins and water and antioxidants, and they're just super healthy. We just can't go wrong. And then some broccoli. I love to buy broccoli that is already cleaned for me. It's already trimmed and cut into florets. And this is going to be made into my broccoli salad. So I make my own vegan mayo and then add apples and grapes, and you can do raisins, you can do pumpkin seeds, all kinds of things. The recipe is on the blog at nutmegnotebook.com. Just Google Nutmeg Notebook broccoli salad and you'll find it. So you can oven roast this, you can steam it, you can put it in soups. It's just so delicious, so versatile. Then we did, because it's a holiday weekend, we're actually doing this video before Labor Day weekend. And so we're getting some corn on the cob. We can steam this, we can cook it in the Instant Pot, or we can pop it on the grill. The way we like to serve it, however we cook it, even in the microwave, it's good, 2 minutes in here, is we like to squeeze some fresh lime juice over it and sometimes some chili powder too. And that's super delicious. Our son-in-law is from Honduras. In Honduras, they like to grill the corn and just squeeze fresh lime juice over it and add a little bit of salt. Try it, you guys. It's absolutely delicious and super simple. You don't need butter. And then some baby Bella mushrooms. They have a wide variety of different kinds of mushrooms at the Costco that we shop at. So these are wonderful to add to soups. If I'm going to add them to a salad, I like to make my hickory smoked mushrooms recipe is on the blog, and you can either make them in a pan or I do it in the oven. They're great in sautés. I like to make like a taco filling and chop these up and use it with some riced cauliflower and a bunch of seasonings. And if you have people in your life who can't have lentils or beans, then that's a nice option to chop up the mushrooms. They're just kind of meaty. They have a lot of cancer fighting properties. So a really good nutritious item for all of us to try to include in our diet on a weekly basis. And then I love getting the celery that's already trimmed for me. It just makes it easier. It's less waste because I'm not trimming it and then throwing all of that away. And we use this in the chickpea salad. I have a delicious no egg salad recipe coming out tomorrow. If you're a subscriber of Nutmeg Notebook, you'll get a notification. So, hey, subscribe to my channel right now because we're going to have a video and a written recipe available for you tomorrow. And so this can go in soup. It's super crunchy, so we can put one of our vegan cream cheese mixes in this, and that's a wonderful snack to have. Of course, you know, kids love it with peanut butter and a few little raisins, so ants on a log, and this will come in handy for a couple weeks, and it lasts a long time as well. Now, our Costco has not had the strawberries, organic strawberries, all summer long. I finally found them today, and so I was super excited about that, and they're really beautiful in red. Look at that. I'm so amazed. It says limited edition from the Good Farms. So product of the USA, responsibly grown. Nice. So the grandkids love strawberries, and so do we. And so these are going to be super, super delicious to have. I just like to have a fruit tray for those. However, there is a new product from the Date Lady. Where is that chocolate syrup? It'll be really good with these. Tom can link to this in the show notes, you guys. So the fresh strawberries with a drizzle of the Date Lady chocolate syrup over the top. No sugar added, just the natural sweetness from the dates, you guys. This stuff is amazing, absolutely amazing. So, and you can have it shipped to you. Super excited to share about that. All right, what else do we have in here? Somebody always usually says, oh, it's a Mary Poppins bag. You keep pulling things out of there. How did all that stuff fit in there? Okay, let's see. I'm going to check the comments here. Sales Angel says, sorry, this has nothing to do with your haul, but I love your hair like that. So pretty. Oh, thank you so much. I've been growing it out. So my daughter and my granddaughters have been encouraging me to grow my hair out because they all have long hair. And so I've been doing that. And I needed to put it up for Pilates this morning. And so I pulled it back and I've just left it that way all day. So thank you so much. These little carrots are delicious. We know they just take big carrots and whittle them down to make these. They're not actually little baby carrots, but they're wonderful with hummus. And I don't know if you guys have gotten our cream cheese and crackers ebook that we sell. I collaborated with my dear friend Shada from Healthy Cooking with Shada, and we came up with an amazing book that is full of vegan cream cheese recipes. It does use tofu, and they're absolutely delicious. And then we have different crackers that you can make either in the dehydrator or the oven, and they're incredible, and everything is delicious with these little carrots. We also give you hummus dips and all different kinds of things. So those are also great in soups. I love that they're already peeled for me. I can just chop them up and toss them into so many different things. My no tuna chickpea salad. You can shred them in a food processor and pop them in that. It's so terrific. Okay, we buy our tofu also at Costco, and we just love this tofu. It's organic. With soy products, you really do want to try to get organic because there is a lot of pesticides used when they're growing the soybeans. I can attest to that because they grow a lot of soybeans in my home state of Nebraska. And so do try to get all of your soy products as organic. We do have certain things that we just won't compromise on. But this is a firm tofu and it's wonderful. I used 2 packages this morning. I made a baked tofu, absolutely delicious. So much that you can do with tofu, you guys. start including it. It's pretty low fat and full of protein and just delicious. It's kind of bland on its own, so it absorbs the flavors of whatever you are marinating it with or adding it to. And so if you haven't tried tofu, I have a new recipe coming out for tofu, and we published one not too long ago also, didn't we? A tofu recipe. You know, we've got so many recipes going right now that I can't remember what we've published and what we haven't. But the tofu is delicious. We did bacon tempeh, but did we do our baked tofu too? Check and see. It's either coming or we just did it. I'm not sure. How crazy.
No salad. Delicious.
Oh, the delicious egg salad is coming up. And I use this tofu in that. That's the one for tomorrow. That will be going out tomorrow. Okay, well, no plant-based kitchen is complete without apples. And these are the Honey Crisp apples, one of my favorite. They are sweet and crisp and so delicious. I use them for baking as well as just eating plain. We love apples. Our grandkids love apples. We like to have apples just for a snack. We serve fruit at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And so we always have a crisper drawer full of apples. And check out my apple crisp recipe. I actually have 2 apple crisp recipes on the blog, so check those out. That is just a wonderful dessert. Nobody needs to know that it is whole food, plant-based, oil-free, because it is absolutely delicious and everybody loves it. I see that Jessie is here and Tiffany is here. Hi, guys. So good to see you all. How fun. Stephanie Spear says, do you ever freeze your tofu? If so, do you press it and cut it in squares first? You know, I usually do not. I have tried it a couple times, and I just wasn't thrilled with the texture of the tofu after it had been frozen. And so I tend to not do that. So I can't advise you on whether to press it first or not press it. I'm not sure. For most of my recipes, I don't have to press it when I buy the firm because it doesn't have a ton of water in it. But for like tomorrow for the delicious no egg salad, I do press it for like 30 minutes. And then for the cream cheese recipes, we just press it for like 10 minutes or so just to get a little excess water out, but not too much. So even when I make like tofu scramble, I don't press it. So it does change the texture. Tiffany or Jessie, if you have more experience with freezing tofu, would you add your comments about that in the chat? That would be very helpful. All right. Yes, I am ready to get rid of some of this. So Mark says that he freezes it in the package. And Karina says she freezes it without pressing it, and it's absolutely fine. So there you go. See, that's what I love about this community is that we all learn from one another, which is just grand. Okay, last. Oh, not quite last, second to last, but not least. Bananas. So in our basket, we do have plantains and some very ripe bananas that are going to need to be frozen. So we usually buy 3 to 4 hands of bananas at a time because when they get nice and ripe, that's when I like to pop them and peel them, pop them in a freezer bag. I do not lay them out on baking sheets and bake them separately first. These are, well, this is a plantain. This did not come from Costco though, Tom, and bananas. So these are ready to cook. And these can get just a little, just maybe another day, and then I will pop those in the freezer. So when they start getting very spotty on the outside is when the sugars are really coming to the surface and they're super sweet. And that's when we love to freeze them. And I'll just put them in a freezer bag, freeze them, and they don't stick together. I'm able to, separate them when I want to pull 1 out or 2 out. If you're baking with them, you can just thaw them out in the microwave or let them sit at room temperature and thaw out. And you can also use them frozen to make banana nice cream in your food processor, your blender. They are just great. You can put them frozen also in your green smoothies as well. So bananas are a wonderful natural sweetener. Tom likes some in his oatmeal, and I'll use them in pancake recipes, waffle recipes, cookie recipes, all kinds of things, you guys. So this is where we can get a wonderful sweetness without refined sugar. So, and if you are allergic to bananas, I am so sorry. That would make me so sad if that happened to me. So we also try to get ones that are a smaller banana. Some of them at Costco can be quite giant. Like this is a pretty good size, but there were some there today that were even bigger than that. And so we get some with either 7 or 8 bananas per hand, and that works out really well for us. And they do have organic or non-organic at our Costco. So Karina says, I buy 100 bananas a month, leave them to ripen really well, and then freeze them. I make so many things with them, but I also eat them. Wow, when they're not overripe. I made chocolate brownies with them. That sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. Melody says, hi, all. We don't have Costco here in our area, but have Aldi and Natural Grocers. They both carry organic vegetables and fruits. That's wonderful. I've never been into either one of those stores, but I've heard lots of good things about them. And quite often, I think they probably get a lot of the same things that Costco gets. Karina says bananas are an absolute must have for whole food plant-based living. Absolutely. And Tiffany wants to know what's on your Labor Day menu. I don't know yet because the family has a lot of things going on. So we have to check in, see how everybody's doing, and see who is available. So it could be like a barbecue tofu. It could be barbecue soy curl sandwiches, which is just the reconstituted soy curls with barbecue sauce, onions, and mushrooms and peppers. It could be the family really loves falafel and hummus, and I haven't made that in a long time, so it could be that. So I kind of bought ingredients today to go whichever direction if we end up having company here. If not, then I'll just end up making something, simple for Tom and I. We're pretty easy. I don't get fancy unless people are coming over these days. Okay, the last thing I bought in my grocery haul, but it's not food, is I picked up some towels and some bath towels, hand towels, and washcloths. So I bought some last week. I just wanted to make sure that I like them. I have bought towels before at Costco, and I do really like them. And so these sets are 2 hand towels with 2 washcloths. And I bought a couple sets last week, and then the towels. And I love them. My towels were starting to get kind of rough, and I like them soft. And so I just picked up some of these as well. It's hard to go into Costco and leave with just groceries. It's very, very tempting to pick up something else while you are there. So we're going to pop those over. Tiffany, what are you making for anybody? In fact, what are you making for the Labor Day holiday weekend? Oh, so Jesse, I gave Jesse the recipe for the delicious egg salad prior to it coming out tomorrow, but I jotted it down on a recipe card and I left out the dill. I do have dill pickles in it, and so she thought that all the dill was coming from the dill pickles, but she wondered why wouldn't she put fresh dill in that? But I do, and so it will be delicious. Tiffany says, "Oh, we've never bought towels from there. It's on the list now." Also, the sheets, the higher count thread count of their sheets. I think mine are 500 thread count, and I love them. They are soft. They wash up beautifully. You know how some sheets, when you throw them in the dryer, then the edge like crinkles up and you end up having to iron it to make it flat? Doesn't happen with the Costco sheets. So the Costco sheets, the higher thread count, I think it's 500. I'd have to look. But my bed's upstairs, so that's not going to happen right now. But look at their sheets too. I absolutely love the Costco sheets. They are amazing. Just get the higher thread count. Okay, I am ready for I think we'll do the Trader Joe's next. So we had so much fun when we went to Trader Joe's today, you guys. So oftentimes when we go in there, the checkers, the sackers, they are so friendly and they really like to chat it up and they'll say, oh, what are you doing today? Or what you going to make with this? And sometimes I'm going in there to get ingredients because we're getting ready to shoot some cooking videos. And so, I've shared with them, oh, I have a YouTube channel and I'm plant-based, which obviously they can tell by what I have, what I'm buying. And then they'll say, oh, what's the name of it? And they'll go on their phone and look it up. So today we were in the produce department and we couldn't find the little bags of garlic in the produce department that are already, what do you got? Oh, yeah. Yeah. And so let me finish the story.
Okay.
And then you can show them the picture. And so anyway, I'm going to sit down a minute. My legs are getting tired. Anyway, so Tom said there were two Trader Joe's employees stocking the produce. And Tom said, hey, ladies, where'd you hide the bags of garlic? Usually they're in this basket. He's like, I can't see the basket anywhere. And so the one gal turns around and she said, oh, it's right up here on that shelf. And she said, oh my gosh, it's the famous YouTubers. And she grabbed her coworker and she's like, these people have a YouTube channel. I watch their YouTube channel. They're like famous. I said, oh, well, we're not famous. She said, yes, you are. And so then we had the most lovely conversation with both of them about the products and people buying and what gets put on videos and so forth. And so we did get a picture of me with Rose.
And she's adorable.
And she is absolutely adorable. I asked her if I could share the photo of us on social media, and she said, oh, absolutely.
It's not really showing up.
It's not really showing up.
But she's there.
I put it on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, this is the Instagram on my phone. So.
And so Nutmeg Notebook on Instagram and Nutmeg Notebook on Facebook. Look there, and you will find Rose. Yes, and I did ask her, may I show your picture? And she said, absolutely. Maybe I'll be famous. So I just love shopping at Trader Joe's. They are so kind, so friendly, and they always go the extra mile. Yeah, and one of the reasons that they don't do curbside grocery pickup is because they believe that shopping at their store is an experience, which it is. They like to have fun, they're dressed in fun colors, and they want you to come in because it's part of the shopping experience. So, and they say most people come in happy. Most people are not grumpy when they are shopping for food, and so it's a really fun place to work as well. So here's some things that we picked up at Trader Joe's today. Now just remember, we buy different things depending on what's going on, what we have in stock, and so forth. So every Costco and Whole Foods and Trader Joe's grocery haul could look a little different because it just depends on what we need. I love the bell peppers. I like to eat them just raw with my hummus or the cream cheese dips. I also just love them in soups and salads and all kinds of things. And so they did not have organic ones at Costco today, and bell peppers are on the Dirty Dozen list, so I do buy organic of those. And then some kale. I love to buy this kale because it is already cut up for me. And so I'm all about saving time in the kitchen. You guys, if you grow your own, that's great. And I know there's plastic. If you're the plastic police, it's okay. You don't have to say anything. I know there's a lot of plastic here. Okay, cilantro. I love cilantro. I am not one of those people who think cilantro tastes like soap. I am so grateful for that because I love it. It goes in so many different cuisines. So Mexican and Indian and just, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Thai, so many different ways to use it. These are shredded carrots. Now, normally we go to Whole Foods and I get organic ones, but we weren't making it to Whole Foods today. And so we just went ahead and got the conventional ones because I know some of you are going to go, oh, you're eating the organic. And then these are the little cucumbers. I like to buy the Persian ones. We haven't been finding them lately. We've been finding what they're calling mini ones. I don't know if they're the same as Persian. If anybody knows, let me know because I don't know. But here's a trick that I learned from my friend Shada, who is Persian. The last time she was here visiting, she showed me to just put these in a bowl with a little bit of, it can be white vinegar or apple cider vinegar, just, two, three splashes of it. Let them soak for about 15-20 minutes. Take them out, get them completely dry, then wrap them in a tea towel or some paper towels and put them inside a plastic bag, but don't seal the plastic bag. They will last for 2 weeks. So these babies usually go bad in about a week, but not if you do the vinegar wash. And I also do that, I have a video showing you how to do that for strawberries and blueberries and raspberries as well. And it makes a huge difference. It really makes them last a lot longer. So these are great as a snack. Our grandson loves these. He will eat them 3 times a day. So I try to keep those on hand. I got some chives. These are so great in my ranch dressing. If you're not making my ranch dressing yet, why? It's so amazing. The recipe is on the blog. It's so delicious. You have to try it. You're going to want to put it on just about everything. Okay, Tom says there is a question. Doesn't the bagged kale have more stems? The one from Trader Joe's is not too bad. So we just had soup before we went online. I popped some soup in the Instant Pot before we left because I knew when we got back we were going to need to eat quick so we could do the video. And then we just took some of this bagged kale and put it in our bowls and put our hot soup over the top, which wilted it. And I didn't have to, did you pick out any stems? We didn't have to pick out any stems. And so, are you on mic?
No, the other store.
Yeah. So yeah, the already cut kale that comes in a bag like this at Whole Foods has a ton of the stems, thick stems in it. But the Trader Joe's we find does not. So there might be a few, but not bad. So we really like this. And if you buy a bunch of it at the store and wash it and dry it, you're going to have to strip the stems out of that. And so I just like to do this because it's a big time saver for me. So we've got 2 packages of arugula. Oh, so here's something new. We went to Trader Joe's before we went to Costco today, but when we got to Costco, they no longer had super greens, but guess what? They had a big tub of organic arugula, and it was like, I think it was $3.99. It was either $3.99 or $4.99 for a pound. It was amazing. So we got this at Trader Joe's. We usually buy our arugula at Trader Joe's because of the price and the quality. The one that we can get at other stores usually goes bad very quickly. For some reason, the ones from Trader Joe's last longer. And we do happen to love arugula in our salads, in soups, lots of different things, even in smoothies. We like how it's just a little bit bitter and it's delicious. So anyway, check out your Costco, you guys. They might have the big containers of arugula. It seems like the produce changes up there from time to time. Okay, so this is a great cheat. This is crushed ginger. This is in the freezer section at Trader Joe's. They also have frozen crushed garlic, but it has oil in it. So if you're oil free, skip that. But this just has ginger, water, citrus fibers, and lemon concentrate. And so if you don't always have fresh ginger on hand, or sometimes you bought it last week and then you go to the refrigerator, 7-10 days later and it's already started to get moldy, I always have some of this in my freezer as a backup. And so, fresh is best, but hey, this is pretty darn good and so convenient. Then organic peas. Oh, and I have a new dressing coming out. It is a ginger miso dressing. We already shot the video. So, in the next couple weeks, if you're not subscribed to nutmegnotebook.com, you need to subscribe there because you'll get a link to the written recipe, and subscribe to my channel here so that you'll get notification when that video goes up. Tom likes to put these peas right in his salad. and they are delicious. So I try to keep peas on hand so he can do that. And of course, in my lentil stew, that has peas in it. I love peas too as a
Helps
side
you
dish.
mind my P's and Q's.
It helps him mind his P's and Q's, he says. You should put a mic on if you want to chat with us, honey. Oh, I got some zucchini also today at Trader Joe's. Last week we bought it at Costco, but I just have 4 of those left, and I know already that I'm going to use those in soup, but I didn't want to get the big package again from Costco, so I just bought this at Trader Joe's. A simple, easy way. If you've got a garden, you've got a lot of zucchini, buy a can of the fire roasted tomatoes and chop up some onion. You can do pepper too if you want, but at least chop up some onion. Put that on in a saucepan and chop up, just dice up some zucchini, or you can just cut it in half and do half moons and put it in there. Let it simmer until the zucchini is cooked. You can add onion powder, garlic powder to it. Super simple, easy, wonderful little side dish. Okay, here's that garlic that Rose helped us find. Rose, if you're watching this, thank you. We'll look up high for the garlic next time. And another thing, Rose was so tiny that she couldn't reach up there to get the garlic. Oh, but Tom could. That's why I take him shopping with me, you guys. He's a great bagger, and he can reach everything that I can't reach. So I like this because this garlic is, there's maybe 10 or 12 cloves in each little bag inside of this, and super convenient and easy to do. And Tom said, oh my gosh, why are you buying those? This is a bag of already chopped onion. I wanted it because I have some things that I want to make. I don't want to have to chop onions for everything. I have a lot going on right now. These are going to come in super handy. And then I got some little treats for the kiddos. They love these oat chocolate bars from Trader Joe's. So these are made with oat milk instead of dairy. And so it's milk chocolate, but oat milk. So they can have this. And this is made with sugar. So rice, cane sugar, cocoa. It has rice syrup in it. If you're whole food plant-based, you're not going to want these. But if you've got grandkids and you want to give them something that's non-dairy, that's vegan, very good chocolates. So, and the grandkids like to use these little chocolate bars to make s'mores with graham crackers and vegan marshmallows. So there you go. Somebody asked me, I posted about some recipes that I make from Drina Burton, and somebody on Facebook said, I can't believe you use whole wheat flour, because she went and looked at the recipes, and I'm like, the rest of my family is not gluten-free, and not everybody eats exactly the way I do, and so it's okay to use whole wheat flour and oat bran and some ingredients like that. We're not purists, so everybody has, you know, their limits of what they will or won't eat on a whole food plant-based diet, and we shouldn't compare ourselves to each other, and we also, you know, don't need to question what everybody else chooses to do. Okay, so I got these Ezekiel tortillas for Tom. They are a nice little wrap. You can read on them what's in them. They don't have any oil in them. These are not gluten-free, so I do not eat these, but these, he can put my chickpea salad in, or the delicious no egg salad that's coming out tomorrow goes well in this. You put all your greens in, and, you know, shredded cabbage, whatever you want, and then you're filling, delicious. Or you don't even have to add legumes or tofu or anything. You can just fill it with lots of veggies, or line it with hummus and then your veggies, or one of the cream cheeses out of our cream cheese and crackers book. So these are nice. Once we get them home, we pop them in the refrigerator. They are not refrigerated at Trader Joe's. They're in with all the bread and all the other wraps and things that they have there. Okay, I'm going to check the chat here. Oh, so that's interesting. Jesse says We were using spinach and kale and arugula in our green smoothies. Now we've switched to just broccoli and Napa cabbage with some banana, apple, and mango. That sounds delicious. I love that. Jesse says Ezekiel has good products. They do. They have sprouted breads. They have sprouted corn tortillas. At the Whole Foods, the Ezekiel brand of items is usually found either in the freezer section or in the refrigerated section, not on the shelf with like the regular bread. So you have to, when you go to the store, I know most of us, I'm guilty of this too. I want to get in, get out, but sometimes take a look around in aisles that you don't normally go up and down because you never know what you're going to find. Okay, so then I think there's 2 bottles of this in here. There is. Okay, so this is the coconut aminos. So this is a gluten-free option if you can't have soy. This is really nice. It is full of sodium, I will tell you, so it's not a low sodium item, but we don't worry too much. I don't use any salt when I'm cooking. And so we have some sauces and some different marinades that we use the coconut aminos in, and the grandkids love it. And so I use it in quite a few recipes for them as well. And Trader Joe's is good. I bought the Italian sparkling mineral water there today. I like to take a little bit of this and then some lemon juice, lime juice. If I have cranberry juice, then it's good with this. So that can be something light and refreshing to have for company. Now, this is some rice that our daughter's been buying at Trader Joe's. And so I bought some today. I've had it at her house. It's good. It is a white rice. And don't be afraid to eat white rice. It's not as nutritional as brown rice, but it's okay. Sometimes we want to have some white rice with something that we're having. The grandkids will eat both, but I like to have some white rice on hand for them. So this is organic jasmine rice from Thailand. Tom has looked it up to find out about the level of arsenic and so forth. And actually, rice from Thailand rates really, really well. And so I got a couple packages of it today from Costco. And we have a recipe on the blog, and we also have a YouTube video on how to make perfectly granular jasmine rice. It's sprinkleable, he says, because it doesn't clump together. It's not sticky. And so check out that YouTube video if you want to be able to make perfect rice in the Instant Pot. And then I had to get some more organic soy milk. We love this. It's 2 ingredients, soybeans and water. And so I've been making the soy yogurt like twice a week because Tom has latched on to it and he's really enjoying it as well. And I will tell you, I had read that you can use just 3 tablespoons of your last batch of yogurt to make the new batch without using new tablets of probiotic. Oh my gosh, we love it even better. It's more tangy. And then I've also been letting it cook in the Instant Pot for 14 hours instead of 12. And it is thick like Greek yogurt. It is amazing. And so check out my YouTube video, check out my blog post about it, and I will update that to say that you can use 3 tablespoons of your previous batch of yogurt, and that's amazing. And then you don't have to keep buying a probiotic. And if you use different probiotics every once in a while, if you do choose to buy some, then you can get like different probiotics going for your gut health. So anyway, so what we do with the soy yogurt is I do make like a sour cream out of it. I add a little bit of vinegar and onion powder and garlic powder, and it can be a sour cream. We love it just with dried oats mixed in, kind of like overnight oats, but you don't have to soak it overnight. I like yogurt with fruit, just so many things you can do with it. Tom actually likes, when his digestive tract isn't feeling good, he likes white rice and yogurt mixed together. And so that's also like an old family home remedy for an upset digestive tract. So that works good. And then just a few little tomatoes. I don't know if you guys saw, we have a tempeh bacon video and recipe. And so we've really been enjoying BLTs. Amazing. And so I got some tomatoes so we can do that. Well, actually, we like BLTAs with a little bit of avocado on it as well. So check out that video also. And of course, limes and lemons. Citrus adds so much flavor to our soups and our veggies, and it's just super delicious. You know, a little bit of lemon juice squirted over your broccoli, your Brussels sprouts. Lime is great with corn, and oh, we just love it. And so you always have those on hand. I also freeze. If they're not going to get used up, I just wash them and pop them in a freezer bag and freeze them whole. And then they'll juice up beautifully afterwards. A little bit of onion. Tom has not been making his dump soup all summer long, and so we haven't been going through onions as fast. Hence, I'm buying smaller quantities. And then some red onion goes in so many recipes. And the more color that the vegetables have, the more antioxidants they have. So the red onions are going to have more than the white onions, but there's times that the white onions are maybe more appropriate. Tom, I'm ready for you to take some of this away. Do you just want me to bag it back up? So you guys, I have one more store to show you some stuff from, and it's called the Nugget Market, and it's kind of a, what would you call it? It's an upscale grocery store here. The prices are quite expensive compared to the other grocery stores. But the cool thing about them is they carry items that, I'm going to pop these in the freezer, that some of the other stores don't carry. The peas, yeah. They carry things that some of our other stores don't carry. And so since we've started going to Pilates, well, it's been over a year now, we are close to a Nugget Market when we come out of Pilates. And so if we just need a few items, we pop over there to see what they have. And I have been finding some new things. And so you have to like go up and down a few aisles in another store to see what they have. And you just might find some plant-based treasures. And so we went to the Nugget today because since we didn't go to Whole Foods, I needed to get a red cabbage, and Costco and Trader Joe's, for whatever reason, don't carry a red cabbage. And so they have coleslaw mix at Trader Joe's, but they don't have red cabbage. So I bought a beautiful red cabbage. We like to put that in our salads. We like to put it in wraps when we're going to have a wrap. So delicious. And then I love this gluten-free pasta. Very clean ingredients. Organic corn flour, organic brown rice flour, organic quinoa flour. Yeah, pasta is more processed. Would it be better to eat the corn, the rice, and the quinoa? Absolutely. But sometimes a gluten-free gal just wants to have a little pasta. And so this is a really good brand to get. I used to be able to buy this at Costco, and they quit carrying it. It came in a great big bag, not a box, but the Nugget Market has it. And I think our Whole Foods does too. It cooks up really nice. My whole family will eat this. Nobody protests, and nobody else is gluten-free. And so this is a really good item to keep on hand, and I can make something delicious in it. Yesterday, not in it, with it. Yesterday, I made Dylan and Reeves from Well Your World. I made their Instant Pot ziti, I think it's called, and you just dump everything in the Instant Pot. You can get the recipe for free. It's one of their free downloads, I believe, on their blog. I've been making it since they first came out with the recipe, and I make it in my 8-quart, and it makes a ton. And it has soy curls and lentils and gluten-free pasta in it. And in the Instant Pot, you just dump everything in and let it cook. One of those, you know, start it and leave it and come back and dinner is made. I love that. Okay, so a couple things from the refrigeration section at the Nugget. This is a soy-free tofu, you guys. Okay, you might not have a Nugget Market where you live, but you might have a market that does carry it. This is also sold at Sprouts. as well. If you have a health food store, they might have it. If you have a more upscale grocery store, they might have it. If you have a grocery store that carries a lot of vegan or vegetarian items, then go and look. This is in the refrigeration section. This is made with fava beans, I believe. I was going to look and see. Fava beans, water, sea salt, and calcium sulfate. It's really dense. It's loaded with protein. It has more protein than soy based tofu has. So, in 1/4 of the package is 16 grams of protein. I'm just sharing that because I get questions all the time about how can I add more protein to my diet, especially from people who are new to plant-based. And as people get older, as Tom and I are aging, we do find that we don't have the appetite that we once did. My salads are much smaller than they used to be. I can't eat the volume of food that I used to eat. And so you still want to get enough food to get the calories and the protein. But this also only has 70 calories in 1/4 of this package. And this is a 12-ounce package. And so I have um, baked it. It works great with any kind of oil-free marinade you want to use to bake it. It's really delicious. So tofu or the soy-free tofu is also good to put in your spring roll wraps. It's delicious. So just flavor it, season it. And then this is the tempeh that I use for the vegan tempeh bacon. And it just comes in this brick. It's in the refrigeration section as well. It's organic. And this one happens to be gluten-free. They also have one that is a bacon flavor. Don't buy that because it's loaded with sodium and all kinds of stuff. Make your own. Watch my video. But this is really delicious. I love tempeh. I love the texture of tempeh. So if you haven't tried tempeh, check out that recipe and give it a try. Gina's hi. She's driving. Oh, hi, Gina. We're glad that you're here, honey. Okay, so these are the tortillas that I like. These are thinner than the ones that Tom gets at Costco. And I get these at Nugget, Safeway, Whole Foods. A lot of stores carry these. They're thinner, and I like the chips from these better. And I will even take these and just put them whole in the air fryer at 375 and for about 4 minutes, and it becomes a tostada. And so you can roll these and make enchiladas if you want. You can make the oil-free chips. They're so delicious. Look at your stores and see if they have them. A lot of people tell me they can't find organic tortillas. Maybe if you're in the Midwest or a small town, but go to different grocery stores because in our area, there's grocery stores that cater to the Hispanic population. There's grocery stores that cater to the Asian population. So check out some different grocery stores and see what they carry. All right. Since we're talking tofu, this is silken tofu. Funny thing, at the Nugget Market, they put this in the refrigeration section along with the regular tofu that needs to be refrigerated. This is actually shelf stable. It does not need to be refrigerated, and it has a long life. Like this is good until May of 2026. A lot of my salad dressings use this. I have a mayo recipe uses this. And so I love silken tofu. It is so convenient to have. It's smooth and creamy, and it makes delicious salad dressings and sauces. And you can even use it to make like chocolate pudding. It's so great. So look for it, and of course, get organic. All right, I'm going to show that as well. I am missing some. Oh, here we go. All right. So I wanted to show you a couple of like convenience products as well. This is shelf-stable, already cooked rice. The ingredients: water, regenerative, organic, certified brown jasmine rice. And this is already cooked. All you have to do is heat it up. When we travel, we take this with us because this can come in so handy. You can buy the little Tetra packs of beans and take those with you. And then you can buy salsa when you get to your where destination, and then you can make a burrito bowl. So easy. And I like to keep 1 or 2 of these in the pantry in case we've had a really crazy week and Tom didn't have time to make rice, and we always have soup in the freezer. Then we can still make an easy meal. We can split this, put soup or stew or chili or whatever we have in the freezer over this and still get our grain, and we don't have to cook. Also, these canned lentils are amazing. So they're already cooked. They have a bit of a broth in them. Depending on what I'm doing, I might, if I'm making like a lentil salad, I might rinse them. Otherwise, I might just add seasonings to these in a skillet and heat it up. So you can make like taco lentils. You can just add some taco seasonings. You can add salsa to it and make taco lentils. If you want to do a sloppy Joe kind of thing, you can add ketchup or tomato paste and some onion powder, garlic powder, and some yellow mustard. And then all of a sudden, it's easy. You've got that. You could, I haven't done this, but I want to try it. You could add um, some rice to it and make it a meal with that. You also, I think you could use these to make veggie burgers by adding some dry oats and some seasoning to them so that you get it thick enough that you can make a burger. And just add seasonings, onion powder, garlic powder, all that good stuff. So anyway, I keep these on hand. They're so convenient and easy. And if you, just if you want to make a stuffed baked potato, heat these up with some salsa, throw it in the potato. So some convenience items. I've seen these at many different grocery stores, and no salt added. Do you see that on the bottom? No salt added. Wonderful, wonderful to have. Okay, what else is in here? Oh, tomato sauce. No salt added tomato sauce. I bought a couple cans of that because I needed some to restock my pantry. So that's nice to have. And if you want some salt, you can add it, but you'll be in control of it and it won't have, 300-400 in a half a serving or a half a cup or whatever. I also got some Japanese sweet potatoes. The ones at Trader Joe's today were little itty bitty. Tom started laughing. So I got these at the Nugget. I like to bake those. I like to, after they're baked and chilled, I like to slice them. I like to roll them in some salt-free everything bagel seasoning and then air fry them 400 degrees for like 15 minutes. You guys, this is a new find. This is my second time buying it. This is gluten-free vegan sourdough bread. It's delicious. It tastes just like sourdough bread. Sourdough bread is something that I have missed since I started having a gluten sensitivity. Tom's going to put it up there closer for you. It has very clean ingredients. It was in the freezer section. Tom, read them the name of the company. Oh, you're not mic'd. Sorry, hon. It is West Sac Bread Company. So this is made in Sacramento, California. I don't know where they ship. It's in the freezer section at Nugget. Also, if you live in Sacramento, someone told me that the co-op has it there. They also have a bun, but I looked at the bun today and it has avocado oil in it. So I didn't get the bun, but I have had this. It's delicious. I let it thaw a little bit because it's frozen. Then I slice it. It says that you get 14 servings. I actually got 18 decent sizes. And of course, it's not a huge loaf. Most gluten-free bread isn't, but let me just show you what it looks like. But it's big enough that you can make a sandwich out of it. You can toast it, and it's delicious. It has that wonderful sourdough taste to it that we like. I don't know if you've ever been to San Francisco and had the wonderful sourdough bread from over there. It's incredible. Hard to match it in other places, but this company has nailed it, and it's gluten-free and it's not spongy. It has wonderful, wonderful texture. Okay, then this is a Barilla brand of red lentil pasta. And so Barilla is everywhere. Your regular grocery store will have Barilla, and they should have a gluten-free section as well. So I wanted to share this with you, that you can find this in most grocery stores. I've seen it in the grocery stores in Nebraska when I've gone to visit my mom. Okay, so is this the last thing? I think this is the last thing. Okay, I found this today. This was at the Nugget, and these are baked tostadas. So I haven't tried this brand yet for the tostadas, but I've been buying their crackers, and their crackers are delicious. And so I'm thinking that these are going to be delicious as well. So they do have some salt in them. So if sodium is an issue for you, I'll just let you know there's 90 milligrams of sodium in one piece. And the ingredients are whole grain corn flour processed with lime, salt, and there's a antioxidant in it. So I don't know if that's good or bad. But I'm sure somebody will look it up and tell me.
Antioxidants are good. That's what blueberries and
I know it, but I don't know that the tocopherols. I don't know. It's yeah, maybe. So let's open the box, you guys. I haven't opened the box yet. Let's open the box and see what these look like. So these were in, I don't know where they put tostadas and tortillas and that kind of stuff in your grocery store, but they're always at an end cap here. And so we'll take one out and see what these. It's vitamin E. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's good to know. It's okay. Okay, good. I was afraid that it was going to be something bad. And then you guys were going to be like, oh, I can't believe you're having that. Oh, Tom, do you have a pair of scissors? Can you hand me a pair of scissors, honey? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's see what these look like. Oh, and I'm probably going to get grief that this video went so long, because the last grocery haul we went, somebody said, your video is too long. I'm not going to watch it. Okay.
Then don't.
Then don't. Okay. I mean, it was a live grocery haul. I'm sorry. It took so long. Sorry, I'm sharing it for free. So here they are. Looks good. Smells good. It kind of looks like the cracker. I'm going to actually taste it. You want to taste? Tom's going to taste it off camera. He's going to taste it off camera. Not too salty. Oh, it's good. I think you could heat these up too. Our daughter, when she does tostadas for her family, she puts them in the toaster oven. No added oil, no artificial preservatives, no artificial flavors. We slow cook our tostadas using white corn flour to bake in all the good. Oh, they're very good, you guys. Our boxes are made of 100% recycled materials. Okay, so if you look them up online, you can see probably where they are made. So look that brand up online and see if they have a website with a store locator, so you can see if they're made someplace. And they could be on Amazon too, because I buy the crackers. This brand has little crackers that I buy that are baked, that I buy from Amazon. And Tom, you can link to the crackers, because if you go to orders, you'll see that I've ordered this brand, and you can link to those. The crackers are delicious, you guys. So fun to have something to spread hummus on, or again, the cream cheese. If you haven't gotten that book yet, you need to get that book as well. These are really good. So these, slather on some refried beans on here and some lettuce, my cheese sauce. Oh, we've got cheese sauce already made, and I have homemade beans. I made the smoky beans and rice. I made a half batch the other day, and you can just take that and put it on here, and then my chipotle nacho cheese sauce, and then you won't even need salsa, because the chipotle nacho cheese sauce has plenty of heat and flavor. And then you can just top it with some fresh cilantro, green onions. I think that's what we're going to have for dinner. That'll be easy. I didn't have anything planned, so that's perfect. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see what y'all talking about here. TS says, I noticed my Trader Joe's now has silken tofu, not shelf stable. Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up, TS. There is some of the silken tofu that has to be refrigerated. So Whole Foods has their brand that has to be refrigerated, that is silken. And I think it's more ounces than this one. This one is 10.8 ounces, and I think that one is either 12 or 14. So do pay attention to that if you're using it to make one of my recipes that calls for the 10.8 ounce box. You could still use the larger one, but just up your spices a little bit or weigh out the 10.8 ounces. And then that little bit extra that you have left over, you can make a mayo with it. You can throw it in a smoothie. You could throw it in some nice cream. Don't let it go to waste. You could put it in a creamy soup to thicken the soup and make the soup creamy. So lots of things that you could do with that. Thank you for bringing that up. Because I did forget about that. Susan said, I love your videos. Outstanding information oils. Presentations are lively. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. All right. Tiffany, did you answer me what you're making this weekend? Did anybody answer what you're making for the holiday weekend? Tracy says, I love shredded red cabbage in my salad, but got lazy and just been buying bagged shredded cabbage. Not sure if it's as nutritious. Well, just have a couple more bites of it. I heard Dr. Greger say that one time when somebody was saying something about broccoli, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, then just eat 2 more bites of it. And, we eat plenty of veggies. And I have bought like the shredded cabbage coleslaw from Trader Joe's before when I thought I am not stopping at another grocery store to get a red cabbage. And I've used that in our salads. And, it's fine. That's fine. We don't have to be perfect all the time, you guys. We just can't. And, you can worry to too much about being perfect on this lifestyle, and that the stress of doing that counters the effect of eating healthy and loving your food. Just, as long as you're eating a ton of healthy plants, you're going to be okay. It's all good. It's all good. So I'm open to any questions if anybody wants to ask me any questions. So Jesse says, in a 64-ounce smoothie, my husband puts in a pound of broccoli and Napa cabbage and 32 ounces of water, 1 Fuji apple, 1 cucumber, 1.5 frozen bananas, and about 8 chunks of frozen mango. That sounds delicious. I love that. I was having some smoothies at night for dinner on some hot nights, you guys. Oh my gosh, I would get up so many times during the night to pee. I told Tom, I can't do that anymore. It's disrupting my sleep. All that water, oh my goodness, too much at night for me. So anyway, all right. I'm so glad you guys all decided to join us today. This has just been so much fun. I know that you like the grocery hauls. Give us a thumbs up if you would, please. And subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Jesse says, I never worry about being perfect. Could anyone here ever guess that? Hey, Jesse, I like that you don't stress over being perfect. Rosemary says, is your crackers and dip ebook included in one of the bundles this spring? It was included in one that happened in March. And so if you bought the March bundle from us or somebody else, it was the, what did they call it? The Ultimate Vegan Health Bundle or something like that. We sold it in March, and it was included in that particular bundle. That was the only bundle, and that was back in March. And so if you did buy that bundle, you will find it in there. Or if you're looking for it, it's for sale as a standalone. It's on our blog. Tom probably linked to it in the show notes. You'll link to it. It says courses and ebooks, and then you can use our code Nutmeg30, and you can save 30% on it. It's a great book. Last week, I made 3 of the cream cheeses, and they're delicious. And those can be spread on crackers, tostadas, We have a couple of them that have jalapeno in them. Oh, be perfect to put on a base on your tostadas as well. Okay, let's see. Jesse says it's so good to be here with you all today. I agree. This is fun. We miss you guys. We really do. Mary Jo says this was fun. Thank you, Tami and Tom. Yes, Tom has been very instrumental in putting this all together.
It's my nap time now.
And it is his nap time, and he is patiently waiting behind the camera for me to stop talking so he can go take his nap. And now he's laughing and turning a little bit pink. It's always fun when that happens. I love it. Did someone use the soft tofu from Costco? I have not seen soft tofu from Costco, only the firm tofu that we showed you earlier in the video. So I have not seen soft at ours. Okay, all right, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you so much, Jesse and Tiffany, Gina, for being here with us. We appreciate everybody coming and watching. Thank you so much. If you didn't give us a thumbs up, please give us a thumbs up. It helps our ratings here. Subscribe to our channel if you're not already a subscriber. And please go over to nutmegnotebook.com. Subscribe to the blog there because we filmed 8 new videos over the past 2 weeks, and we've got new recipes and product reviews rolling out. And if you're a subscriber, you'll get notifications of that first, and you won't have to just wonder, like, when are they going to be on again? All right. Okay. Susan says, thank you for always for sharing. You're welcome. We miss you guys. These are fun for us. Thanks. Have a safe, healthy, and happy holiday weekend. We'll see you next time. I'm Tami, and I help you get healthy and stay healthy, one grocery haul at a time. See you next time.